A historic meeting that laid the foundation for today's global balance of power. And behind the handshake, the brusque US diplomat who made it happen.
We knew that the normalization of relations between China and the United States was essential for the peace of the world.
The fragile peace Henry Kissinger brokered still endures, the terms of the deal defining the two rivals' competition to this day. It's typical of Kissinger, the powerful US Secretary of State, whose mark can be felt across decades of history. Seen as brilliant by some and an egotist by others, Kissinger was a Harvard-educated Jew who fled to the US from Nazi Germany and rose to the highest levels of power, first as National Security Advisor under President Nixon, then as his Secretary of State, cementing his grip over US foreign policy, which he wielded for peace talks in the Middle East, and deals on Cold War arms controls in the USSR. But he also oversaw the United States' bloody withdrawal from Vietnam and its bombing of Cambodia. When Kissinger won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1973 for brokering a ceasefire in Vietnam, 2 Nobel Committee members resigned in protest. President Ford said in Kissinger's own mind he never made a mistake. He defended US policy in South America, where he was accused of allowing coups, like the one that toppled Chile's Salvador Allende. Kissinger denied involvement.
And our concern was with the election in 1976, and not at all with a coup in 1973 about which we knew nothing.
A champion of pragmatic diplomacy, Kissinger reconciled the United States and the People's Republic of China, or PRC, to isolate the USSR. But the move also meant cutting ties with Taiwan and its leader Chiang Kai-shek, a decision central to the island's exclusion from international organizations.
When Kissinger started the process, that was what I think paved the way under the Nixon administration for the replacement of the China seat at the UN by the PRC and the ejection of Chiang Kai-shek's representatives.
Long after he left office in 1978, Kissinger remained an enduring figure in US ties with China, a country whose leader he visited repeatedly, well into his 90s. His death at 100 will reignite debates that began years ago over an intensely divisive figure whose decisions will echo for decades to come. Eason, Chen and Staś Butler for TaiwanPlus.